dedicating this share with the ones that said how we would feed ourselves if we separated from them, because apparently the people that own the farms don't really do well with the farms unless they have today's immigrants and past slaves out there doing the backbreaking work. There's a hell of a difference between owning a farm and working the farm. Y'all own the farm, but you don't work your own farms. And this is why you continue to fail in farming. Y'all don't succeed in farming, you fail in farming globally. And farmers have the highest suicide rates, ladies and gentlemen, on a global scale, too. After years of catastrophic losses, dairy farms are increasingly closing their barn doors. Man, what happened to the supervisor, y'all? We remember when we were out there doing the work, it was the supervisor. Well, where's the supervisor? How come the supervisor is not stopping this from happening? Because the supervisor ain't shit. Not out on a farm. You don't need no damn supervisor. Just let the people work. All right. Eric Lyon stands in a massive dairy barn in eastern Iowa that until recently held about 320 cows. The third generation Iowa dairy farmer began selling off his family purebred Jersey herd a year ago, ending 95 years of milking. He no longer could wait for relief from a punishing downturn that has hit America's dairy industry. It was a hard decision, Lyon said, especially for his 90-year-old father, Joe, whose late wife, Norma Duffy Lyons, made the family famous by sculpting the popular butter cow at the Iowa State Fair for close to 50 years. Luckily, the Lyon family is financially able to shift to raising beef cattle after 4 years of fighting to keep our heads above water, he said. Tumbling commodity prices and high production costs have hit several AG sector over the past 5 years, but they have landed especially hard on dairy producers. Do you know dairy farmers are the ones committing the highest rate of suicide in France? You can look these things up. Really all over Europe, but France is exceptionally high. But, German dairy farmers and also in the UK, they also have high rates of suicide, but France seems to lead in the pack. The industry has faced losses since hitting highs in 2014, forcing some dairy producers out through foreclosure. Others have thrown in the towel voluntarily, unwilling to wipe out what's left of their assets, experts say. Well, you can see that's definitely empty. You can tell, that's where cows used to stand there while they were milked. Mm-mm-mm. While a tough decision, Lyon's family wanted to leave dairy production on their own terms, he said. It would not be okay if we were auctioning off the farm in the yard, he said. Lyon 64. Dairy producers are leaving the industry at about twice the average annual rate, experts say. Wisconsin, the nation's second largest dairy producer with 8,304 farms, had 634 fewer dairy farms in October than a year ago. Wow. Data shows over the past 2 years, the state has lost a total of 1,100 dairy farms. Iowa, the nation's 10th largest milk producer with 1,150 dairy farms, lost 80 just this year alone. We're seeing a significant loss of dairy farms, said Larry Shover, president of the Iowa State Dairy Association Board. They don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. Dairy farmers lose money every time they milk. Prices, about half what they were in 2014, have not yet hit all-time lows, experts say. But it's the longest amount of time that low prices and negative profit margins have persisted. With the downturn expected to stretch into a fifth year, many farmers already have eaten through their financial cushion. And Mark Stevenson, director of dairy policy analysis at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And banks are reevaluating whether they can continue to loan money to some dairies. Sorry about that, y'all. It seems like when I'm on a roll, somebody comes to the door or they call. All right, back to this. It's going to be difficult for some folks to talk with a banker about why they should have a good size operating loan, Stevenson said. The Midwest dairy industry typically loses about 3 to 5% of its farms naturally. The rate is now around 6 or 7%. It's the highest clip that I've ever remember Iowa losing farms, said Larry Treno, an Iowa State University Extension dairy specialist. A lot of farmers are tired of not being able to pay their bills or are feeling this isn't worth it for them anymore, Treno said. Others, I'm sure, are being forced out. Dairy farmers lose money every time they open the barn door to milk, said Stan Deerdruff, regional coordinator at Iowa Mediation Service, a group that works to resolve financial differences between farmers and creditors. Sadly, Stevenson said, loss of dairy farms should help pull milk supply in line with demand, but added, I'm not seeing it yet, but some time growth and production has to slow down. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think back on what I said on one of my videos. These folks may own the business, but they're not good at running it. Okay, you wouldn't see all of these things come up with businesses losing money. A lot of businesses, it doesn't necessarily have to be dairy farming, but a lot of businesses in America lose money. And it's more common than uncommon. All right. So, what's that saying? All that glitters is not gold. Yeah, they may own the land and own the farms and own the business, but they're not good at running it. And I'm going to refer you back to the Wall Street Journal and look at how much money these companies all around America lose in a quarter, lose in half of the year. Some of them lose $1 billion and more in just one quarter. But these are the same people telling you you don't know how to run a business, and they do. You know what I mean? They're the same ones saying this stuff. But as you can see, they're not doing well in farming either. It's all about smoke screens. Make the people believe I'm good. Make the people believe I'm the best. Make the people believe I'm the smartest and got the highest IQ. That's all. It's all smoke screens. But when you start pulling the layers back, you'll see things like this. The flopping in business, flopping in farming, flopping in retail. And that's usually the norm, but these folks have tricked the world in making everybody believe they are good at everything. And as you can see, it is simply not true at all. Not even close to being true. This is the real reality, what I'm reading to you right now. Now they are running from dairy farming because they are failing at it. So let me jump on beef. And then when beef start failing, then they'll be running to something else. And the next time you are in the country, rural areas of uh, this nation, notice all of the for sale signs all around farms nationwide. It's a lot of farms up for sale, y'all. A lot. Probably more than I've ever seen in my life. And some of them are not selling the whole farm, but they're selling part of their land or leasing part of their land out for somebody else to farm on. This is really what America is, ladies and gentlemen. Not the little pretty fake out picture that we've been painted our whole life, but this is the real thing. But please tell me what you think. I will leave the link to this article in the description box so that you can come out in your own leisure and view this for yourself. Am I surprised about this? No, no, not me. Other people might be shocked, but definitely not me. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.